Hello everyone, I'm Mohamed Ali Toure. On my right hand side I have
Mr. Nyanguoi Moses Harris, a lecturer and the farm manager at the University of Makeni.
Okay. Nice meeting you, Mr. Harris. On my left hand side I have also
Fatmata Bangura, a first year student at the University of Makeni.
Okay. So Fatmata Bangura, this is Fatmata Bangura's farm, a mini farm. So my first question for you here today, what motivates you to start this farm?
Wow, thank you. I got my motivation from my lecturer, my farm manager, and my mentor, who is no less a person but Mr. Harris Nyanguoi, who met us at class the last time. He went for lectures and asked us if there is any student who want to embark on agricultural practice. But for the love I have for agriculture, the passion I have for agriculture, I volunteered and said I want to embark on the practical. So I planted groundnut, corn, and okra.
Wow. Okay, so for the maize, I see the maize is doing very, very well, extremely well. Thanks to Mr. Harris for that initiative bringing up to you. And also, how do you manage to have this capital to start up this mini farm?
Well, I managed to have the capital out of my savings.
Okay.
The lunch I have, so I save some, then I use some for me to
get this
yes.
granule done. Wow, that's nice. A student's using her lunch to start up a mini farm. By the initiative being brought by Mr. Harris here. And also I have a question for you. In balancing this work and that of the academic work, because you are a year one student, and as for we have so many modules that we know the courses may pend at you. So how do you bring about balancing this work and that of the academic work?
Well, I just sat and watch on my timetable. I have class from Monday to Thursday. So on Monday to Thursday, I focus on my class. So Friday, I come to the farm and watch. So Saturday, we have the general practical for agriculture and food sciences department students.
Okay.
So I went there. Then for Sunday, I come here again for my practical.
Okay, so that's time management. She's balancing, she's using the Fridays and evening hours on Sunday to do her work in a mini farm. That's nice of you. I also have a question for you. You know, we have some challenges. So what are some of these challenges you face during this whole process? What are some of the challenges you face?
So some of the challenges that I face in practicing this type of farm is that lack of capital. I don't have enough capital. Then the time I have to attend for my classes, my general practical, and also piece of my little practical. So there is no time for the labor. I'm a female. Then I've never done this type of practical except when I came to the University of Makeni, the first year. Then I started back on this type of practical.
And you are doing this by yourself with no machinery?
No machinery. I do it by myself with it of my hands.
Okay.
No machine. So that also is another challenges that I face.
Okay. Okay, thanks for that. These are some of the challenges she highlighted. She's a woman. You know, facing the labor work by herself is not easy. Managing time management, balancing the time within her studies and to be at the farm. Also, starting up with her own capitals. So, before I came to you, I would like to ask Mr. Harris here some few questions. So, Mr. Harris, you've been a motivator, also an initiator, bringing people to the farm. So, would you please just explain briefly how you go about doing short stuff like this?
Well, thank you so very much, Mohamed. I'm really grateful for this. I actually studied agriculture and food sciences at the University of Makeni. I'm a graduate now, and also volunteering as a lecturer and also serving as the farm manager for the agricultural practicals here at the University of Makeni. When I was a student, I also started this initiative of going to gardening or making farms, in order to get some income to support my studies and get some essential things that I may need with regards to my being here on campus. So I actually know how essential it is, because here in Sierra Leone we have so many graduates who have studied agriculture from other universities all around the country, and most of them are not doing anything. And I find out that it is because right from the stage of being in the university, agriculture students are not undertaking production activities. So when they come out of the university, there's no interest in going back to the bush in order to do farming. So I've been through it, I've tried it, I've tested it, and it has worked. That was why I decided to get students on board. Students that are staying at the University of Makeni, especially the only communities in the campus. We have available land, a lot of land available that is owned by the university. So I thought it fit that students can actually undertake some production so that they can use that as their practicals, as their learning ground, where they can learn how to do their basic planting, spacing, how to control weeds, pests, and everything. So that's how I met the students and said that if anyone wants to work, they can work. And
fact, for her, she buy up the idea.
Exactly. She's not the only one. I have about 5 students that are working here currently. As you can see in the background, we have maize. This maize were planted by a student from the second year, and behind this maize we also have groundnuts and maize that is also being planted by a female student from the second year. And on this other end we have groundnuts also that is being planted by 2 students from the second year also studying agriculture and food sciences. And currently we have beds that are being constructed that are being planted with potato, sweet potato, that is also being planted by a maize student from the first year studying agriculture and food sciences. And I know that this will actually help them.
Okay, over to you again, Favata. What is your next plan, right? You start this thing, very good initiative. So do you plan in making it bigger, or you are going to stop? Tell us, please.
No, I am planning in making it bigger. My next plan is that I want to produce a large farm bigger than this one. A large farm. That's my next plan. So
you want to continue cultivating these groundnuts in a very large space?
Yeah.
Very nice. So for the ladies and some other students watching, what is your word of caution do you have to say to them?
Well, my word of caution or my word of advice to them is that for the female, I'm a female now, then I've started practicing this little agriculture. So I want to advise them, whether you are studying agriculture or not, I want to advise you to start practicing agriculture. Whether you have place or even at home, just find a little place, then you will start practicing your agriculture. Agriculture is very good. Agriculture is the key.
Thank you for your audience. Thanks for having you. And over to the mentor and the initiator. Sir, you mentioned earlier about some of the graduates that have passed through this type of course and went home sick without having anything to do. So what is your word to them? Tell them what to do. What's the way forward for them?
Agriculture is actually the backbone to the economy of every society, because every day people eat and people need food. And in Africa, or Sierra Leone to be specific, we actually do not have more people that are into farming, that are producing more food. So as an agriculturist or as a graduate from agriculture, whether you studied agricultural engineering, agricultural economics, or whatever branch of agriculture that you've studied, my advice is that you start something. You can start from the little that you have. You do not need all the machines, or you do not need billions or millions of leons to start up. You can start up from just the little that you have, or probably from your own labor.
Just as
Fatmata has started, probably by next year you see that she will expand more than this one. So you can start by the little. You may not, it might not be only that you go into cropping. You may decide to say, okay, this year I'm going to buy a goat or a sheep or a hog. You begin to rear these animals. Exactly. So within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you see that you have grown. Instead of you sitting and doing nothing, or doing things that are not even related to the agriculture that you've studied. And I know that if we have more graduates, more young graduates like some of us, taking up the initiatives to start up producing food, in this country, Sierra Leone will move to the next level, and Sierra Leone will be able to feed herself, as it is the initiative of the president of Sierra Leone.
You've said it all, and I've learned a lot from these two people here today. Thank you all for having me, and stay blessed.